Alright, chat! Is she worse than Rachel Zegler? I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta see it, apparently. Let's watch it, chat. Are you ready? I'm ready.
I don't know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all. I played a few characters that might have a potential queer through line. I've many.
Why does she talk like that, bro?
Queer friends.
These people really can't help themselves when it comes to being insufferable.
It's Supergirl, so that makes sense, but why say it then? Like, it's not like fucking Superman had a massive overarching love story. Yeah, he has a love interest, but it's not like a fucking center of the movie.
Hi, my name is Cindy.
Right?
Welcome back to hell. You know, I really feel like it's been a minute since we've had an actor or actress burst onto the scene who's been as insufferable and annoying as Rachel Zegler.
Weird.
But, baby birds, fear not. We may finally have a contender. And while this person hasn't made all of you terribly upset just yet, it's not too late. You know, her time in the sun is just getting started. She's also Australian, so if you want to do some Australian-based insults, I will allow it. On this one single occasion. I much prefer when you guys make fun of New Zealanders or Canadians. They are completely fair game. Millie Alcock, who I'm going to call Millie in this video because I'm not sure how many times—
Yeah, YouTube's cringe. You can't detect context. It's so bigoted, you can't have the name Alcock.
YouTube will let me say the word cock without having issue. She's
Probably
the actress who is playing Supergirl in the new Supergirl and has been doing her own press junket for this film, given that it is soon to hit cinemas.
Okay.
If it matters,
That's
and
normal,
I'm not
yeah.
sure if it does, Supergirl is a DCU movie adapted from the 2022 comic Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And it follows a girl called Kara, who is an alien, who is sent on a journey of revenge and justice and brings her dog along. I don't know. She briefly appeared in the last Superman movie and added absolutely nothing to the story. So that's fun.
Thanks for watching him, bitch!
Some 35-year-old millennial woman wrote this.
Wow, that's so funny. Ha!
Scene. I just know
I
Worth noting that Supergirl as a comic series
Chungus
has been around since the late 50s. This matters, but we'll come back to it a little bit later. So during her press interviews, Millie has made a series of comments about this film that not only have people raising an eyebrow, but also, in my opinion at least, feel very—
She's got really pretty crazy eyes, I'm not gonna lie.
Very Rachel Zegler coded.
It's Hollywood, baby.
During this recent interview, for example, the journalist—
What? She's blue. She's like got gray blue eyes. It's pretty. She's just crazy. What? There's nothing wrong with that.
Says that Millie's character Kara is a queer icon and asks her why she thinks so many LGBT fans see themselves in this character. Millie, who honestly seems to be quite drunk here, answers that she's played other roles with potentially queer storylines and she's honored that people think of her this way. Yes, unfortunately, this is one of those answers.
Over the years, many fans have embraced Supergirl as a queer icon. What do you think is about Kara that inspires that kind of connection? I think I played a few characters that might have a potential queer through line. I have many queer friends, so honestly, I'm kind of honored. I'm honored that that's happening, but Am
I wrong that she seems kind of drunk here? Girl is acting like—
you know what? I'm gonna be a little bit fucking lenient here. People said I sound drunk, and I don't know where they're coming from. I think she's just like slurring her words and acting all ditzy. I don't know, maybe she is tipsy. I don't know, but people have unironically insulted me and said I sound drunk. I'm like, what? You do sound about 2 shots in. You've never talked to a woman who's 2 shots in. I'm not gonna lie. You've got to be sound drunk. Sometimes. You guys are fried! You guys are rage-baiting!
She downed a bunch of tequila shots before she got on the red carpet and is, you know, trying not to take her clothes off. Who is doing the media training for these people? Millie goes on.
No, they do have media trainers. They have PR people behind them. They just don't care. They have a massive ego and they don't want to listen to them. Again, see how she makes it about herself rather than the story? Again, I'm not one to say, like, oh, you can't, like, have a little bit of an ego. I totally get it. And maybe, like, you really are a great actor and you're being humble and, like, saying, like, oh, well, you know, I'm really honored and blah, blah, blah. But, like, you kind of, like, you're just kind of making it all about herself.
To say that Supergirl doesn't live inside the binary of gender expectations, and then alludes to her character being LGBT, saying that she do what she wants to do in the sexuality regard. Anyway.
I think because she doesn't live inside the binary of what we think a woman should be, that is what makes her so special and so exciting and so new.
What do you mean? Hold the phone. Like, we've never had queer gay characters before, ever? Like, what? Why are we dressing up like being gay is new and exciting? They're just people, bro. Like, what? I'm sorry.
And yeah, I kind of thought that as well. I was like, she'd do what she'd want to do in that regard anyway. But yeah, thank you.
I honestly...
Again, this is an organic character discussion coming from, like, she's an actress. Like, this is pressed to her homework. Like, they sit these actresses or actors down and tell them, like, hey, making sure you hit the representation talking points. Like, I don't think they do that, do they? It feels forced and manufactured.
I have no idea why these kind of questions come up and why this generation of journalists and media personalities is completely obsessed with sexuality and with whom you are doing the devil's tango. Nobody, and I mean nobody, cares. I think this is one of those talking points that doesn't actually exist in reality but is being recycled by outlets over and over again, because when I was researching for this video, I didn't really find anybody else talking about this, but I found a bunch of outlets had basically almost verbatim.
She didn't really pull a Rachel Zegler yet, I don't think. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Not yet. I think like what she's doing a bit weird, but like, is it outrageous of Hollywood? Because, like, I've expected this out of Hollywood. And again, when the sexuality of a flying alien superhero is what you're leading with, instead of, like, she's gonna kick ass and she's gonna save little kids and help Superman and Superboy or whatever the fuck, right? Like, she's gonna look sick. Like, you kind of already lost the plot, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
The same thing about this queer thought process, queer thing that's going on here. Okay. Supergirl has long carried significance for women, queer fans, and gender diverse readers who see in Kara's story a narrative of self-definition, carving out an identity separate from Superman. I don't even know what this means. I don't even think these writers know what this means. Of course her identity would be separate from Superman. She's a completely different character?
Yeah, and completely different gender, and she behaves differently, and she has her own personality. I thought that was the whole point. Again, it's like this weird energy of like, it's gonna be different. I'm gonna modernize this character, and if you don't like it, you're the problem. You're the gross one. It's like, oh my god, okay, chill.
Guess we're just having another adventure in saying the obvious today. Anyway, the Rachel Zeglering on the red carpet has continued because Millie decided to double down on the LGBT sentiments. Because these actors and actresses are nothing if not predictable. There's actually a group of people who is also incredibly predictable, and that would be data brokers who unfortunately keep putting your private information on the internet, which is why today's video is sponsored by Incogni, who can help you get rid of that information on the internet.
I think shitting up your fucking PR so badly that people unironically have, like, I stim sometimes and I say, weird. Like, I don't even do it intentionally because it's so bad.
Let me show you my worst nightmare. Hello, am I speaking to one Sydney Watson? Hello, yes. Hello, Ms. Watson. I am calling from the Bank of Expensive Things, and according to our records, you seem to owe us an ungodly sum of money.
Oh,
I
no,
do?
what?
Oh, yes, I am looking on our Clink machine, and I can see that you have run up a very, very large amount of credit card debt.
Oh,
What?
no.
Yes, it totals $1 bajillion, and it also seems that you've stuffed up your credit and you owe us so much money that now we're sending you to jail.
By the way, this is not a fucking outrageous or fake thing to say either. I'm not even kidding. I've heard of people getting into debt. There was a neighbor that I lived next to a while ago. He got his identity stolen, and then the government was like, yeah, he was like $5,000, and he had to like go to like a lot of like government offices to basically prove that he didn't do this. It's a lot of stress and like fucking, you know, a lot of money and time wasted. Yeah, before you even say like, oh, this doesn't happen, it's actually true. This is a real
Okay,
thing.
I know this situation sounds insane, but it actually happens to people all of the time. Scammers, lowlifes, terrible people purchase things in your name, run up all sorts of debt, stuff up your credit, and leave you to navigate the fallout. And unfortunately, they can do this because your information is out there, very public on data broker websites to be purchased by whoever wants to purchase it. I am talking social security number, email addresses, your current address, phone numbers, basically any information that pertains to you, and it's leading to an uptick in identity theft, which is horrifying. But there is a legitimate way you can protect yourself, and it's called Incogni, and I love the hell out of them. Lucky for all of us, Incogni is so insanely easy to use. You make an account, give Incogni the right to work for you, and they go to town smacking down data brokers. Month on month, I am continually amazed and horrified by how many websites Incogni has removed my information from, and how regularly they're having to send new takedown notices to the same sites.
God!
Because disgustingly, data brokers can keep uploading your information over and over again. But that's not even the best part. Incogni has been building out their custom removals process, so of course you can submit links to them that you come across that have your information online.
They have all
and
your
Incogni
info,
will set
chat,
about
it's
getting
over.
that information removed. But they also now let you know when they find something on the web that might relate to you. So if you are ready to finally take control and protect yourself online from these creepy data brokers, then click the link in the description or go to incogni.com/Sydney. And of course, don't forget to use code Sydney to get 60% off an annual plan. Once again, massive thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this video and being a longtime supporter of this channel and keeping so many of you safe from the creepers on the internet. In this interview, she is asked again about this queer icon situation and whether she explored that when preparing for this role. Millie's
I became gay, guys. She went on a gaycation chat.
Here made me
Is she
think of
actually gay
Rachel
or not? I
Zegler's
don't know, but
infamous
like it's
interview
funny
where
to
she
think
said
about,
that this
right?
movie isn't centered around a man. Like obviously. It's called Supergirl. She finishes this statement off by saying that there is no love story in this film and that her character, Kara, probably goes both ways. She's referring to bisexuality here.
I know this is a tangent, but do gay actors, like, do they have to, like, force themselves to think like a straight person? I'm kidding. They don't fucking do that because they're acting! They're just being a fucking person! Yes? Oh my god. Wait. Are you acting straight as a gay actor if you're like gay IRL and you have to kiss another woman or another man even though you're a girl or a boy? Does that like is that how it works? How do straight you think about kissing boys?
Discussion online about Kara's queerness in the comments. Was that something that you explored when you were preparing for the role?
It wasn't, but in honor of Pride Month, as I'm getting all these questions, I don't know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all.
Exactly.
If anything.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't really know, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's great.
She'd probably go both ways.
Why are we leading with this? Like, it's giving, like, a rainbow flag on Twitter, and then, like, you know, when the press conference is over, we never talk about how Supergirl is gay ever again. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, just, the character's a character. She's just a superhero. What? Oh, yeah, like, the story's not about a love story, but also, guys, did you know, like, bi people, like, look at us. Look at us. Thumbs up. You should come to see the movie, guys. Did you know Supergirl is bi or gay or whatever?
Actually, that's
Queerly
a bit rude by
radio.
2026
Oh,
standards.
what?
There's no binary. There's 72,000 genders. Bigot. When I say that this reminds me of that one specific Rachel Zegler clip that we all know and love, I really mean it. Here's a quick refresher if you've forgotten.
no.
Although I don't know how you could.
I did
all of
not
us have
forget.
showed this to you about 1,000 times. Pay attention, Steven!
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
What is that supposed to mean? What is this supposed to mean, milady?
There's a big focus on her love story.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh god, every time I see this fucking clip, it just blows my brain out, man. Because it's a love story? Yeah, it's more of a love story than fucking Supergirl. Yeah, at the end, you kiss your prince and then you wake up. Boom. Wow, that's crazy.
With a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
A prince stalks her? What?
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no Prince or a
Weird,
different kind
weird.
of Prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm assuming a love story that's been around for like 100+ years. Before Disney was even around, Snow White was a fantasy story that transcends generations.
Drew Burnap, great
Huh?
dude. It's it's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024.
This is so funny to see in hindsight, considering how fucking bad and how badly it bombed Disney's fucking movie.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
All Millie really had to say here was that they'd cut all Jason Momoa's scenes, and that's Hollywood, baby, and it would basically be the exact same interview.
It's Hollywood, baby.
But the really, really random, weird comments about Millie's character going both ways is sort of a throwback to criticism progressives had of the show Supergirl, which was on CW for honestly, like, I think 10 years or so. People said that the show queer-baited a same-sex romance between Kara and Lena Luthor. And this is due to a bunch of factors like
Queer baiting is an actual thing, bros.
romantic music in scenes, grand
To get people to watch it instead of watching it for the plot, they do it because people ship together characters, and then the show writers pick up on that. Obviously, because fandoms exist, people post on the internet. They're going to read people's opinions. Yeah, like, no, like, it's an actual fucking thing. It's an industry thing.
gestures between the two, romantic dialogue, the way the pair act around each other, and so on and so forth. And this made a lot of LGBT people mad because apparently this is
They feel used. Yeah.
tactic used in Hollywood to make fans of a certain group watch, hoping for the emotional payoff that they want when two same-sex characters get together or something. Maybe this is the same thing. I don't know, but it does feel a little bit reminiscent, especially because the film isn't out yet and they're baiting the queers. Anyway, like
Give
so
us
many
your
other
money.
films
We
today,
care about
this
you
one
guys.
has also been plagued with quite a bit of criticism since the start of this year especially, and a lot of things that Millie Alcock has said have landed her in a little bit of hot water. When she was originally announced in this role, there was some mild disappointment over her age and looks, I guess, not matching the classic Supergirl depictions and aesthetic. Supergirl from the original comics looks a lot older and more mature, despite being around, I'm pretty sure, about 16 years old. But the real issues came about when Vanity
Yeah, I can see that. It's a bit weird. I mean, it's just, you know, the actress is blonde. I didn't, like, inherently think she was, like, weird looking or something, or inappropriate for the role. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, I've looked at some people walking the street, like, I don't know, they look fucking young, but they turn out to be, like, 40. I think it goes both ways.
older and more mature, despite being around, I'm pretty sure, about 16 years old.
She's also an alien, so, like, I don't know. Shrug.
But the real issues
Meh.
came about when Vanity Fair published an interview with Millie towards the end of March 2026. In this
Okay.
piece, Millie was asked that, after playing a role in House of the Dragon, if the Game of Thrones fandom prepared her for the inevitable backlash that she would face playing Supergirl. She said that it made her aware that simply existing as a woman in this space
Oh, here we go. Say the word. Call your audience incels, please. Yes!
is something that people comment on. Quote, "We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. I can't really stop them. I can..."
Game of Thrones is like a brutal medieval set kind of fantasy story. There's like actual rape and violence against women because that's what the fucking reality was. What the fuck? What? Yeah!
only be myself. This stuff is such leftist flimflam to me that I know objectively what the words mean, but I have absolutely no idea most of the time what these people are trying to convey because they do it so badly. Maybe she's talking about being objectified, but I kind of feel like she's basically saying that people claim ownership of her as a person and not just a character and expect her to act a certain way, which... alright. But on that front, I mostly think that people want actors and actresses just not to suck. So I don't really think that this has anything to do with sex at all, actually. I don't think that you being a woman...
I can't help but go back to thinking what she said. Like, she said what? The love story? There's no love story in Supergirl? No male focus in the movie? Then if love story isn't a part of the story, then why are you going around and leading with like, oh, she actually is gay and bi and what?
Is all that relevant?
There's
Actually,
Jimmy.
whether right or wrong, or whether
That's
or
not
not
the
this is
focus,
what she
though.
was trying to say, a lot of people took this to be a preemptive strike of sorts on the fandom when they hadn't even said anything yet about Supergirl. About a month later, during an interview with Variety, she commented on this again, saying, "I didn't even say men, I said people, and they got so angry. I was like, you're proving my point, you're proving my point."
Oh no.
Again, people didn't get mad because you're a woman. They got mad because you're hitting out at potential fans and existing fans who haven't done anything yet. I don't think this is the win that you think it is. You said something kind of antagonistic. People were antagonized, and now you're saying, ha! That my point is proved. What is your point? That you're annoying? Her comments
you're
in this
an
last
idiot?
piece definitely...
That you should keep your mouth shut? Has it on bookmark? No, I literally typed idiotic statement beam because I remember the top fucking thing.
Without further
It came
drama,
up instantly.
when it shifted into describing superhero fandom as a place for backlash
my
organized
God.
by trolls and incels. Millie said that when people turn to online forums to find guidance, it creates an unhealthy relationship with a person who will eventually and inevitably disappoint their fans. She adds that this is how it's always been for women, and a lot of criticism is coming from profiles
Like,
with
that's such a cheap way to shut down criticism as well. It's like, if you don't like what we're doing, then you're a bigot. It's like, no, it's just, I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about here? Like, I don't know, a lot of people just want to have, like, a fun superhero movie. You don't have to insult them before they even watch it, brother.
no photo who are burner accounts, or from someone's name and then data for Christian, which is hilarious to her. Quote,
Uh-oh.
"But I mean, whose opinions do you really care about? If you're pissing off the right kind of people, you're doing okay." Color me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of religions out there that don't like LGBTQIA plus 2S, whatever the fuck the new acronym is in fucking Canada. Like, where was that kind of fire coming back from, huh?
Crazy, but I'm not super sure that fans are in fact the right people to piss off, but that could just be me. Some people took this to mean that she was mocking Christians, but really she's just generally mocking fans and critics alike. And what Millie will soon realize, and will probably have to learn the hard way, is that
Didn't that one superstar actress that was in the Star Wars reboot with The Power of One, The Power of Many, she started calling everybody a bigot and an incel for... Oh god, sorry, Sydney.
going after
For like basically saying like, oh, if you don't like this, then you fucking hate women. And it's like, no, it just sucks, man. Like, all these people, even the Redditors were like, I don't hate women, please, they're putting their hands up and saying, please don't shoot me. I just don't like what happened to my favorite franchise.
Fans in general is just never a good idea. About a month ago, even YouTuber Grace Randolph, who has said some of the dumbest things alive, said that if she was Millie's publicist, she would tell her to stop talking for the love of God.
Wait. Wasn't she like in a clip here somewhere walking with her? Those glasses. She literally was at a thing with her. Somewhere at the start over here where she's like walking through and whatever. She actually is like with her. She works with her.
For the love of God. She can't stop
just
talking,
shut up.
and she won't. None of these young actors and actresses can, because they just cannot help themselves.
I'm not coming for Millie. I'm giving Millie advice. And I'm surprised no one has given her this advice before she did the interview, when it would have benefited her the most. The words were not good. I wonder if her publicist was sitting in the corner being like, there's nothing I can do. I just must watch this in slow motion. I mean, it was rough.
In an absolutely insane turn of events, even Randolph compared Millie to Rachel.
Because they know what happened to Rachel Zegler and all her PR people. They were probably screaming their head off to tell her to shut up. And now they're just saying it again.
Rachel Zegler, and said that there are certain things that you don't say when promoting a major film.
Like
she said that Millie should be trying to befriend the audience before villainizing them. Oh, you...
Wait, before villainizing them? Wait a minute, are you implying you want to villainize your audience?
Think I was under the impression that attacking fans worked out every single time someone did it.
But you would think after Rachel Zegler's interview, multiple interviews, people would have, picked up on maybe some of the things you don't say, right? Maybe just be a little more careful with your words, right? Because, at the end of the day, there's certain fandoms that need to go to this movie for it to succeed. Case in point, the Marvels. They were like, girl power all the way, and then it was 65% male or something, and then the audience actually showed up.
It's not like there's a long established track record here where movies and shows...
I get wanting complex characters. Like, nobody wants a perfect girl boss or whatever the fuck. Like, but when you, spend your entire time being like, well, she's like this, and like the love story, and like it doesn't exist, and there's no males in here, it's all focused on Supergirl. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Do you think you don't have to say it out loud. You don't fucking call out your audience for being stupid. It's bad. It's bad for the money.
Failed because celebrities failed to keep their mouths shut. What's ironic, though, is that this isn't even the first time that she's done things like this. Back in 2022, during her time on HBO's House of the Dragon, she took stabs at male viewers who were comparing her character to another character, Alicent. She said, "What I found quite hilarious is that the fan base is also putting the actors, the young Alicent and the young Rhaenyra, at odds with each other, and choosing who's better also by decision of mostly men."
Yeah, because a lot of men watch Game of Thrones. I watched this, and that was like the whole point. It's a story arc where she loses her best friend. Or like her friend that's like at the start when she's growing up.
So why
do you take such personal offense to like people talking about your fucking character?
I think that it's just really effing ironic. None of this is all that weird for a fandom, just by the way.
People are extremely parasocial about fictional characters. Like, that's the whole point. If you don't like it, ignore it. You don't have to fucking go on forums and read what people are saying. Just do your fucking job if it bothers you that much. Sometimes I don't go on Twitter because people are saying mean shit about me. I don't care, but like, if I read all that shit, I would start caring and it would bother me. It would.
Fandoms out there that get so much more toxic. Ask me how I know. It's because I go on Reddit regularly. and hang out with the
Unfortunate.
neckbeards. Anyway, there's a part of me that feels like Millie Alcock, and honestly, probably even the execs that she's been working with, are okay with the backlash, and they don't really mind the chatter online because they've tried to paint this character of Kara as a person who kind of goes against the grain and starts trouble and is a generally difficult character.
The character Supergirl often gets pigeonholed to being this milquetoast reflection of Superman.
I think she challenges that throughout this film.
For example, in an interview with Beyond Noise magazine sometime in March, I think, Millie said, "I hope that the goal with this film is to have a young, deeply flawed female role model for young girls." No, we're okay, thank you. There's enough of those floating around. Quote, "The beauty..."
You don't have to look very far. There's a lot of fucking actors that act like just fucking... Yo, she's so flawed, but on the inside, she's a bad bitch with a heart of gold. I don't know, man. Why would you want a flawed role model? And again, it's like, why are we putting this job on like a fucking fictional character? Do they not know Supergirl? Like, I don't know much myself, but like in my head, I'm like, you're just a character. You have flaws, sure, but like it's again, it's not the fucking whole center of the fucking story. You're out there to save people and, you know, show that people can be powerful through even the most difficult of times.
The beauty of Kara is that she's so bad, and that's what makes her good.
She's supposed to get
in an
through
interview
it.
with Entertainment Tonight in April 2020.
If Superman like faced all odds and you wanted to make a realistic character, like yeah, people would have to show the mental breakdown that Superman would have to like save people, or like, you know, like I don't know, like I'm just extrapolating here. But people wouldn't want to watch that because then it's not a superhero movie. It's just like it's too much realism, if that makes sense.
She said something similar, saying that she hopes young girls see the film and walk away from it knowing it's okay to be bad, flawed, and messy. She also said that the tagline of the film is that Kara is a bad bitch with a heart of gold.
There are going to be a lot of little girls.
Bad bitch with a heart of gold.
And that's really
I saw this like on Twitter, calling Supergirl a bad bitch with a heart of gold. I'm so fucking sick of this millennialism, fucking just infantilizing women kind of thing. Yeah, it was like a quote by like some outlet, and I remember reading it. I was like, man,
that's gonna be the thing.
What are we
like,
doing? We lost the plot, man.
It's gonna like well me up, yeah. I feel such kinship with Kara, and I just really want this film to be seen by as many young women, I think, specifically, as possible, because I think the message is like, to be good, you have to be a bit bad. Like, it's okay to be flawed. It's okay to be messy as long as your heart is in the right place.
She's a bad bitch with a heart of gold.
She is. Yeah, that is the tagline.
That's what I saw.
I genuinely don't know how these comments didn't get more attention, especially because these are the sort of
I think people are fatigued and they just stopped caring. It's like, okay, well, okay. I'm just not gonna go watch it. I don't care.
When a celebrity says something like this, people really like to glob onto them because
I think also Snow White specifically was a bigger, more popular, like overarching, internationally transcending story, so people paid attention way more to that. I think Supergirl is like a very niche kind of thing. That's like the flip side of it.
It's objectively like, what are you even saying? But I think maybe because no one cares about Supergirl and there's no real interest in this movie, it sort of got washed over, and no one's really paid attention to the
I think it's a niche movie.
Borderline stupid things that this woman has been saying about her role. But I think this right here is why this film is probably not going to resonate with a bunch of people, especially people who might take their children to see it, which I kind of don't know why you would at this point. But, you know, we're kind of taking leave of the regular Superman family-esque tradition of being very positive and aspirational and going in a bit of a weird direction. And
I don't know, man. Like, every character these days is like either like a perfect goddess or the complete opposite, a complete disaster with like, oh, I'm a bad bitch with a heart of gold. Like, where's the normal, competent person anymore? Like, I think Superman has a very basic, but also kind of like in-depth character at the same time. Like he's just a dude, like an alien living in a world, and he's trying to like get by.
And seriously, young girls don't need more basket cases.
So many
as
people watch
role
the
models.
Superman
they need
movies.
Good, positive, nice people.
Millennial writing is all about being incompetence porn. Man, that kind of honestly like fucking hit the nail on the head. I didn't even, that's, wow. Incompetence porn, because millennials want to be incompetent and it's like cute and man, oh, I'm so fucking adorable. Oh, look at me, I'm so messed up, guys. Guys, newsflash, like, yeah, the VTubers with mental illnesses is like, oh, she can't do this, she can't do that, but like, living life like that your whole life and making that your entire personality is like not really a W. Ask me how I know. It's not great
to look up to, and there is a distinct lack of that. In addition to all of this, it's pretty clear that Millie has tried to retrofit modern identity politics onto this character. One who I think more or less was created to serve as, I guess, a wholesome female counterpart to Superman in a more innocent era. In the Variety article that I referenced earlier, Kara is described as punk rock, and in interviews, Millie has articulated this as well.
One designer that inspired me for playing Kara was Vivienne Westwood. She very much reflects Kara's spirit. She's very rock and roll, very punk, very anti-authoritarian. I just think she's kind of in the universe. An artist that inspired me for Kara was Amel and the Sniffers. They are an Australian punk band, and I think that Amy, who's the lead singer, reminds me of Kara so much. I think that they would be friends.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I find these interviews so funny because, number one, these questions are so silly.
I don't even know how that exactly relates to the fucking movie. If you have to say you're punk, you aren't punk. Yeah, she would have been better off saying, being like, oh, she's not a conformist. At least that would have been kind of funny. I'm so anti-conformist.
As it is. I can promise you now, she wasn't taking inspiration from any of these people when she was putting together.
Like, I understand kind of where she's coming from, because, like, Supergirl is supposed to be, like, you know, aggressive and fiercely independent compared to Mr. Superman, right? Like, she doesn't really, like, she doesn't fit in like fucking Mr. Superman tried to be when he first came to Earth, right? Like, that's the whole point. Like, again, I'm not a fucking Giga Superman lore person, but, like, I kind of know, like, surface level understanding, and, like, I get why they didn't just make her a fucking carbon copy of him, because that would have been boring. That wouldn't have sold, right? But it's like, we're trying too hard. Is that a bad thing to say? She's trying too hard.
Who her character is and acting out this role.
It feels inauthentic. It's not real. It's not sincere.
And number two, these conversations always come across as quite disingenuous and people getting high on their own nonsense, and they have
on their own farts, bro.
These sort of cyclical conversations trying to outcool one another, and it's just it's like, what am I listening to? This is how I know that I have crossed the threshold into angry grandpahood, because I listen to this and I can't help but think, shut up! Just for the love of God, shut up. The argument that they make here is that Supergirl in this film is rough around the edges because she's based on a 2022 interpretation of this character. The edgy one who gets drunk and goes and visits her cousin and does other sort of, you know, naughty, messy stuff. Okay. Not the original classic Kara, who absolutely lives inside the binary of mid-20th century womanhood and is decidedly not gay. She just adds superpowers and heroism on top of everything. Who is not punk rock, but the cheerful, optimistic girl of steel who's both superpowered and human in her adjustment to life on Earth. She's often contrasted with Clark Kent / Superman as the more impulsive, or I guess maybe emotionally raw person because of her later arrival to the planet and her team perspective. But nowhere near what—
And again, I don't think that's like even insulting to say about, like, you could say, oh, women are emotional, but she's the one who's impulsive and will do something that Superman can't do, because I can see how people could be like, oh, that's so boring. She's so meek and like she's not exciting, but it's like there's depth to that. You can argue and say, oh, women are emotional, but it's like, yeah, sure, women can be, but there's a good notion to it. She's, again, she's an alien, so you could like interpret it like, oh, she's not actually a woman, blah, 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 right? But like she's acting like one. Like, yeah, women can be passionate in moments of high stress situations that men would be like more cold or they wouldn't react in the same way. Again, I don't know. Like, if you use your brain and like rub your brain cells together, like you can be like, yeah, this is actually an in-depth character.
Whatever is going to be going on in this movie. Going back to the comments I showed you at the start of this video, I find it so funny when these actors and actresses and studios claim that they're doing something exciting and new because they rejected gendered expectations, while ignoring decades of the original character and its source material engaging with those gendered expectations. And okay, honestly, if you want to go down this road, you can claim that basically any character has quote-unquote queer appeal, because people are allowed to read into a character's motivations and like them and whatever. But claiming the character of Kara, especially original Kara, doesn't fit traditional womanhood is a significant and definitely absurd misread. And to be clear here, although this film is not geared towards me,
and this actually might be a fucking hot take, but when J.K. Rowling said that Dumbledore was gay, I think she was... I don't know. I think there was a point where it's like, you can think to yourself like, wow, he's gay, but like nobody knew he was gay. So why did you say it? Does that make sense? I didn't even know that. What the hell? Because it wasn't like, gay people don't have to like act in a certain way or behave in a certain way around like other men or like women. Like it doesn't matter. Before or after the controversy, like I don't think it mattered, but like saying it like also didn't matter. Like, why did you say it then? Was it after? I think it was after. It's not essential to the plot. Well, it's not. That's not what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm kind of like going off into the weeds, but like, you can look up to a gay character and still be straight. Like, do I really have to break it down? Like, it doesn't... Oh, no, my fucking phone died. I'm just gonna rant while my phone charges. Hold on. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter who you fuck, whose fucking butt you know, touch, or whose hoo-ha you touch, or whose boobs you touch. You can still be an in-depth character, and people can still look up to you no matter what their fucking sexual orientation is, because it's not relevant to the story. I don't know, man. It just annoys me, and it's like a pet peeve of mine that like people try to force and like box in a person's sexuality when their personality is what matters. Like who like, let's say you have a neighbor and you look up to them and they're like a, I don't know, a big buff guy, and like you don't even know they're gay the entire time, right? But then they say that they're gay, and it's like, why does it matter? Like, it doesn't matter to me that they're gay. Like, they're still a strong, powerful person. Like, the fact that you know now something about them that's not relevant to you as a human being. Like, you're a straight kid or a straight dude that lives next door. Why does it matter to you? You're still a powerful, strong person. Same with, like, Dumbledore. Dumbledore is one of the most powerful wizards alive. And now all of a sudden it, like, matters that he's gay? It's like, no. It's just, like, a random factoid. He doesn't fucking quote-unquote act gay!
Not its target demographic. I don't think that there's anything wrong, and I've said this on a number of occasions, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to tell a different kind of story using something that already exists, provided that you are doing
More
the original IP
have
service,
a bigger
provided that
chat.
you are doing a good job of respecting that original creation. But I don't really know who this is for. Not for me, that much is clear. I'm also not gonna lie, I am a little surprised that these comments haven't gotten as much attention as they usually would, because I think we are seeing on display once again another young actress leaning into the whole, it's me by myself and I am up against the patriarchy and all the toxicity. I will say that—
yeah, the girl bossing and putting down men is like so weird to me. And again, it's the same way of like, oh, imagine if the reverse roles were flipped.
there are some fans—
I mean, I guess it does explain why Dumbledore never had kids. What if he's infertile? That doesn't... That's not relevant to the story either! Again, if you found out that he was infertile, and it's not about him being gay, that's why he didn't have kids, how would have that been relevant to the entire overarching series of Harry Potter? That's what, like, that's kind of what, like, I'm trying to get at. And I also, this might be a fucking hot take too, but I don't think, like, fucking gay people act gay. It's just, like, a person who happens to love another person of the same sex. There's no fucking, oh, you know, they have to talk with a lisp or use their hands like a girl, like, with a gay person. Like, I hate that what, like, the culture around some people is that their entire personality is being gay and not just being a person who loves another person that's the same sex.
Fandoms that are not very nice, but I think by and large, with relation to fans of superhero movies and these kind of stories, they don't typically go after an actress or an actor unless they're doing and saying things that are corrosive and disrespectful. I find Millie Alcock really quite unlikable, but I also think, by the same token, that she was set up for failure because I don't know who wanted this movie. And like I mentioned, and perhaps more importantly, you have James Gunn saying that this movie is going to be the edgier version of Superman. And I don't think anyone wants that either. So inevitably, we wind up with a movie that is—
it's an interpretation of a modern comic book, and if you want to go watch it, go fucking watch it. I'm not here to fucking stop you, but, like, there has to be, like, a level of criticism and a level of understanding that if you make something that's relatively far removed from the old audience of Supergirl, say it's from, like, the, you know, the whatever the fuck this clip is from. I don't know what era this is from. I'm guessing it's the 1980s or 1990s. This one right here, right? If you're going to make something so far removed, you're going to have to expect criticism. Just like in The Joker, people didn't like the Joker movie, the one with Doa Quinn, whatever his name is. I forget what his name was. But he reinterpreted the Joker, and a lot of people criticized him, but the overall performance was good. So, like, people didn't really... Yeah, Joa Quinn Phoenix? Yes, that one. That was a very far removed interpretation of the Joker. It was very, very crazy, but it was really good acting, and the overall story was good, and it was a reinterpretation. Joaquin? Sorry, I don't know how to fucking speak English, okay? She doesn't know how to say the niche word! Who the fuck cares? You guys are so weird.
As well, so it is imperative that you get your private information off the internet, so absolutely check Incogni out. They are very good at what they do, and I genuinely use them and genuinely recommend them. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Are you on my side of this, where you look at this young woman and you think, you don't have to do a lot, but saying what you're saying is probably not helpful? Do you think that, no, this isn't that big of a deal, people are just being mean and unkind and reading into it? Are you somewhere in the middle where you think, I can see how this would be upsetting to those of us who are sick and tired of political messaging in every—
I just don't watch it. Just don't watch it.
Thing, but really, it's not that big of a deal. What do you think of all of Millie?
You know, it's funny. I know this is kind of like another weed thing, like another off in the weeds thing, but I watched the entirety of Euphoria, and it honestly kind of flabbergasted me how badly some of the themes were handled. They could have been handled so much better, and the overarching theme of the whole movie didn't make a lot of sense to me. Or not movie, but like the entire series. I watched the whole fucking thing, first season to the second season, and some parts were cool, but I was like, why was this even necessary? There was no character development. The main character, the fucking, the drug addict, whatever her name was, she didn't even, like, have like a good ending. I'm not gonna lie.
Alcock's other comments, are they fair? Are they unfair?
Season 3
what do
was
you think
unwatchable.
about her basically
It has some
borderline
good
blaming
moments, but
everything
most
on
of it was
misogyny?
bad.
Is that true? Is that untrue? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here, you're not subscribed already, and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Like I always say, my wonderful little chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices, and if I don't see you beforehand, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers in America, because we celebrate it on a different day in Australia and I think in other countries too. Anyway, I will see your wonderful, beautiful little faces in the next video.
Well, again, at the end of the day, I think her point is pretty simple. Let's just make the movie entertaining. People aren't gonna go see it, then that's, you know, like, if they bomb, then, you know, the incels won, Lamau. If the character happens to be LGBT, well, like, whatever, cool. But, like, stop making the main marketing strategy. Imagine if the actor, like, say J.K. Rowling already announced that Dumbledore was gay, but it wasn't like written into the story. He didn't have a gay lover. There was no gay love story in the book, right? It wasn't relevant to the actual overarching Harry Potter story, because it's about Harry Potter. How would you feel if the actor started going around and be like, well, you know, he's like a queer gay icon character. It's he goes and has sex with gay men. Like, what? People would be like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I thought this was about Harry Potter. Wow! Like people want to be told a story and not be sold, like, you know, like, oh, go watch this because there's a gay character in it. It's like, that's not why I went to go watch a movie. I go watch it because it's a good story. I don't know, man. I think, I don't know, maybe it's gonna be a decent movie, maybe it'll suck. Also, these cups, by the way, these awful fucking cups. I'm not gonna watch the video, but, like, this is the cup that they sold with Supergirl. Movie cup. I gotta show you guys this. This is actually awful. Whoever fucking thought of this... They have got to be fired. What the fuck? I thought it was a joke. No, this is like an actual fucking thing. They had to resend it because they were like, oh shit, we fucked up. But how did it even get to this point of, like, making the cups? It looks like a fucking foreskin cup! What? It's a cape! That's a... What? This is disturbing! Who made this? God, I have to get it off the screen. I might get banned. It's a trench coat. Bro, who the fuck wears a skin-colored trench coat? Hello? It has veins. Oh god. That's like a Snickers bar. Okay, that was a fun video though. Go check it out. If you like Sydney, give her a like and stuff. Good video.